I'm Yiling.
And I'm Jasmine. We are transplant coordinators from the National Organ Transplant Unit. And we are tasked here today to watch some Korean dramas.
And to react to some of the things that is happening inside there, to share with you whether it's really like that or just exaggeration as per a lot of drama series.
Traumatized.
예영 선생님, 코너셋에 연락 왔는데 김순남 환자 도너 나왔대요.
정말입니까? 예, 알겠습니다. 바로 갈게요.
One thing that is similar is you saw how like he was having a meal with his friends, right? Then a call came, then he had to drop everything and go. That's very relatable to our local context. It's like you need a very understanding group of family and friends to like pangse them halfway through the dinner, that kind.
Yeah, when you're on call.
Ding!
백규상 씨는 자 여기 뇌사 기증을 하게 되는 건데요. 뇌사 기증이 뭐냐면 뇌의 모든 기능이 정지돼서 회복될 수 없는 상태가 됐을 때 장기를 기증하겠다 동의하는 거예요. 뇌가 죽은 상태에서는 어떤 치료를 해도 수일, 길어야 2주 안에는 심장이 정지되거든요.
I don't think we can set a timeline for our local context. Like some of our donors, undergo treatments for maybe weeks. Some maybe 1-2 days later because of medical fatality. Then the doctor will share with the family members that we suspect that our loved one is actually brain dead. We can do some more testing to confirm it. So the timeline is not like fixed, like everybody go through a mandatory 2 weeks. Definitely not. Some may be within 1-2 days. Some depends on the situation. Like they may show sign of a recovery.
There's no timeline to say.
So we cannot let the public know that we will try to save you for 2 weeks, which is not true. It's like time's up. So even though you can be saved, I cannot save you already.
여기 서명하면 되나?
네.
가족과 상의는 하신 겁니까? 장기를 적출하고 나면 시신에 큰 흉터가 남게 됩니다. 당사자는 서명하면 그만이겠지만 남겨질 가족에겐 큰 상처가 될 수 있어요.
기증에 동의하셨어도 가족이 반대하면 그때도 처리돼요.
I think he shared a very valid concern. He wants people to like share with their family members what they really want, but it also goes to show the struggles that people face when they decide to be an organ donor. Like some of them decide to pledge additional organs. They don't share with their family members. Then when things happen, the family members don't know what to do and don't remember, my loved one didn't say he wanted to do this. You sure this is really his signature, for example?
So it's something that we also advocate for. Like if you have made a decision of your, whether you want to donate or not, you should still speak to your family whether you want to donate for transplant and what do you want to donate for transplant, or maybe would you even consider for research as well. I think it makes it easier for the family also, like in their grief. If they've already known your decision, then it actually takes that burden off them to think like, is that what you really wanted, or am I doing this right? And then he also mentioned about like organ donation will leave a very big scar. Then I'll be like, scar. So actually, the operation for deceased donors is a very respected procedure. It's almost like any kind of living operations. It's held with the utmost respect and dignity. We are all there in the OT as well, and we're there to ensure that everything is done proper. People tend to have the idea that when a person passes away and then we just faster take out the organs and like donate it away. But the whole process is actually very thorough, and it's really a step-by-step basis. And every step is very properly done, and we're there to make sure of that as well.
우리 성우 아직 이렇게 따뜻한데. 가고 싶은데 다 건강하게. 아빠가 많이 사랑한다.
Oh, I'm sad, Sal.
You said that you like that.
I'm sad, Sal. But I think it's something that I think in our line of work that we have to have the courage to face. I think because whenever we meet the family, they will always be in such a state, like grieving, especially when the patients come in because of sudden stroke or accident. So that's something it's challenging for us as transplant coordinators as well, that we have to explain to the family why this patient is dead even though he looks like that, because the brain is no longer functioning, and it's hard for the family to realize that, you know, a brain dead patient is equal to dead. I think also it's also the moment where they finally admit to themselves that their loved one is dead, and like that's a very big hurdle for them emotionally to accept that your loved one is gone.
아빠,
어?
아빠 만약에 내가 뇌사면 그래서 선택해야 하는 상황이면 어떻게 할 거예요?
지인아, 네가 어디에 있든 어떤 결정을 하든 네가 내 딸인가 안 변해.
Exactly, she had that. Who's like her dad? Right, it's her dad.
도착했을 당시에 이미 뇌 손상이 심해서 뇌 간부까지 출혈이 퍼져 있었어요.
I'm not sure all these guys actually. What?
But I think, even though she's a coordinator herself, she finds it very hard to sign that consent form. She put up her pen, put up. I think the action repeated at least 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, I think it's still a struggle when it really happens on you. Like, we are here, you know, as a third person objectively telling you to share your decisions, and like just now I said, like, it will help the family in their grief, right? But when it really happens, I think it's still the first strike of whether the family has accepted that the person has passed away. That's the very first huge hurdle that the family has to face.
But in our cases, it won't just be the transplant coordinators. We will have the doctors, the nurses, the medical social workers who come together as a multidisciplinary team to support the family. Because I think in this show it's even sadder because she's like left alone in that dark corner.
Yeah,
like the
very
scene,
lonely.
everything. But in actual fact, I don't think we will do it in a very dark corner because it makes the whole thing even more eerie and more dramatic. Yeah. So then it feels like she don't have much support also.
All in all, organ donation is not just about the patient being a deceased donor. We're also there to care for the family, the family's welfare as well. So, like Yilin said, we do have a large team of professionals really there to support the whole system, or rather the whole family and the donation process. So even after the donation is done, we do update the families and we share with them, in a couple of months or the next month they will receive a thank you card. That card is actually from us, and we would inform them, how many lives they have helped save, with their support of organ donation and the patient's support for the organ donation. We don't tell them the names or whatsoever. We just tell them basic demographics, like a 40-year-old mother of 2, or like a 60-year-old akong is able to spend more time with their
children.
Yeah. So these are the little things that we actually want to show appreciation to the family, as well as to honor the donation and to show our appreciation to the family. That throughout this whole process, although it was really tough and grueling at the point of time, what comes at the end is actually that they have helped to save all these lives, and we hope to give some closure, and it somehow helps the grieving process as well, to know that you have helped save somebody's life and your loved one actually continues to live on. Yeah, it's actually quite comforting for some of the families. When we see through a case and we help the family, in a sense, it drives us in our job, gives us the motivation to keep continuing what we do. I think, that's the job of a transplant coordinator.